Hello, I'm Pintun from OdishaTV.in bringing you today's news from Odisha. First, the headlines. 11 students including 9 girls injured in gas balloon explosion near Airport Square in Bhubaneswar. Doctors say condition of the injured stable. Chief Minister Navin Patnaik turns 70. Ministers, MLAs, BJD functionaries and public make beeline at Navin Niwas to wish him. Concerned over steep hike in pulses price, Odisha government urges centre to make arrangement for supply of additional pulses through MMTC. Odisha government includes another 4 districts in the drought-hit areas. Minister says 123 blocks of 16 districts have been affected by the calamity. And employees of 108 ambulance go on cease work for indefinite period in 14 districts, demanding pay hike. Now the details. As many as 11 students, including 9 girls of Ramadevi Women's University, were injured after gas-filled balloons exploded near the airport square in Bhubaneswar on Friday. All the injured were rushed to the capital hospital for treatment. Briefing media persons about the condition of the injured, the hospital superintendent Binod Misra said they sustained burn injuries on forehead, hands and other exposed parts of body. Their condition is stable. The injured are being treated at a special ward. Chief Minister Navin Patnaik visited the hospital and inquired about the conditions of the injured. Law Minister Arun Sahu and BMC Mayor Anant Narayan Jena also rushed to the hospital. Though the reason of the explosion has not been ascertained yet, police suspected it took place due to cracker blast near the spot. The incident occurred when the students were in a procession to the Navin Niwas with gas-filled balloons.
The injured students, the doctors say they will be well very soon.
आज जेहेतु हजार लोक ओडिशा रो विभिन्न शहर रो विभिन्न पार्ट्स रो आसीथिले आ बड़ा भारी आकार रैली मध्ये आज गोटे हेतिला अप टू नवीन निवास लोक माने माननीय मुख्यमंत्री को ताकर जन्मदिन रे बधाई देबा पई और ग्रीट करबा पई बहुत एंथुसियास्टिकली जे आस्तिले गोटे बड़ा जो बैलून थिला सेटा हठात काई कि एटा खरा अछि सेटा बस सेवा फल रे 2-3 लोगों को माइनर आकार रे टिके इंजरी हेछि परंतु सेठी किसी विशेष चिंतार विषय नहीं.
Ministers, MLAs, BJD functionaries and government officials wished Chief Minister Navin Patnaik on his 70th birthday on Friday. The Chief Minister had skipped birthday celebration for last 2 years in view of devastation caused by the cyclones. Prime Minister Narendra Modi greeted the Chief Minister in his Twitter message. There was a beeline of people to the Navin Niwas to wish Patnaik. Newly elected student leaders of Biju Chhatra Janata Dal also greeted Patnaik. At the state secretariat, the state government officials also wished him.
Navin Babunkar दीर्घ जीवन आम जगन्नाथ निकटरे प्रार्थना करूँ दीर्घ जीवी हूँ एवं तांकर चलापथ कुसुमित हो ओडिशा लोकंकर जो आशा आकांक्षा पूरण करने भगवान आहरी पाथेय दिंतु.
माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी आम दल सभापति श्री नवीन पट्टनायक जन्मदिन अनेक अनेक शुभेच्छा. 99 बार हुए ये हूँ सफलतार सोपान जहाँ जहाँ मुख्यमंत्री करोडिशा एवं आगामी दिन लोक मानकर कौन अच्छी सब आशा भरोसा और प्रभु जगन्नाथ प्रार्थना कर समस्त दीर्घायु यशस्वी हूँ और एमती ओडिशा को सेवा जोगे था.
Concerned over the acute shortage of pulses in the state resulting in the steep hike in its price, the Odisha government on Thursday urged the centre to make adequate arrangement for supply of additional pulses at the earliest. Announcing this to the media, Food Supply and Consumer Welfare Minister Sanjay Das Burma said the state government has requested the centre to expedite the process for supply of additional pulses through MMTC. We have told them to supply pulses through MMTC, that is Metal and Mineral Trading Corporation, Das Burma said. Stating that the production of pulses in the country has come down by 25% due to scanty rainfall this year, the minister said due to the shortfall in the production, the price of the pulses has skyrocketed. He, however, hoped that price of the pulses would come down by mid-November. We expect that the normalcy will return by mid-November when the new crop arrives the market, the minister added. While price of arahar dal has crossed rupees 160 per kg as against rupees 84 per kg in May, moong dal is selling at rupees 120 per kg.
नूतन फसल आमदानी पर आसंता नवेम्बर 15 तारिख बेलू डाली दर में सुधार आसब। राज्य सरकार मेटल्स एंड मिनरल ट्रेडिंग कॉर्पोरेशन जरिया डाली जोगाई देवाकू केंद्र खाद्य मंत्रालय को पत्र लिखिछंती।
Odisha Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik on Thursday asked his ministers and department secretaries to tour the districts at least for 4 days in a month. The directive of the Chief Minister came at a high-level review meeting on the progress of developmental activities in the tribal districts of Kandhamal and Nuapada. In order to facilitate the ministers and secretaries to undertake district visits, Patnaik said there will be no meeting in the State Secretariat during first weeks of every month. The order would be implemented from November 1. The ministers and secretaries will monitor implementation of different developmental schemes and welfare programs in different districts, a release issued by the Chief Minister's office said. After receiving report from Chief Minister's Additional Chief Secretary A.P. Padhi and KBK Chief Administrator Ashok Tripathi, Patnaik directed the authorities to complete rural electrification works in Nuapada, Kandhamal, Malkangiri and Nabarangpur districts by October 15 next year. He also asked the Energy Department to set up a project monitoring group to keep tabs on rural electrification works in the 4 tribal districts. The reports submitted by Padhi and Tripathi have pointed out the need to expedite development of programs relating to health, education, irrigation, electrification and other activities in Kandhamal and Nuapada districts. While Padhi has been appointed as the monitoring officer for Kandhamal district, Tripathi is in the charge of Nuapada district. The Odisha government on Thursday included another 4 districts in the drought-hit areas. Informing the media, Revenue and Disaster Management Minister Vijay Sri Rautre said the government has decided to add Balangir, Nuapada, Jharsuguda and Bargarh districts to 12 other districts which have been affected by drought due to the scanty rainfall this monsoon. The minister also said 16 blocks of the 4 districts added to 12 other districts have been affected by drought. In other words, 123 blocks of 16 districts have been affected by drought, Rautre pointed out. He said the drought package announced by the Chief Minister would be implemented very soon. Notably, the state government on Wednesday had declared 107 blocks of 12 districts as drought hit. The 12 drought-hit districts are Baleshwar, Baudh, Jajpur, Kalahandi, Kandhamal, Keonjhar, Khurda, Mayurbhanj, Nabarangpur, Nayagarh, Puri and Subarnapur.
आई एस्टिमेट रे 12 जिला अफेक्टेड बोली कही कि परवर्ती अवस्था रे आमर बलांगीर नुआपड़ा बरगढ़ एवं लार्ज पार्ट्स ऑफ झारसुगुड़ा ये भी अफेक्टेड होइछि बोली हम खबर मध्य पाइलुनी.
3 persons were killed and 1 critically injured when a SUV in which they were travelling lost control and hit a roadside tree at Banigocha in Nayagarh district on Thursday night. All the victims are residents of Nuapatna area of Tigiriya in Cuttack district. While the 2 deceased have been identified as Suleiman Khan and Sukuru Jani, the identities of 2 others are yet to be ascertained. The incident took place when the ill-fated vehicle was on its way to Tigiriya from Baudh and collided with a tree, killing 2 on the spot and another at the hospital. The seriously injured person was later shifted to the capital hospital in Bhubaneswar after his condition deteriorated. On being informed, police rushed to the spot and started investigation. According to Nayagarh SDP Abhimanyu Naik, the mishap occurred when 4 persons were returning from Baudh to Tigiriya in a vehicle. A complaint has been registered in this regard at Banigocha police station.
गोटे बोलोर रे 4 जण जाइथिले तिगिरिया रु बौद्ध जाइथिले एवं बौद्ध रु तिगिरिया फेरिया बाटरे बाणीगोछा थाना कामिटी पाखरे दुर्घटनाग्रस्त होइछि. मर्मन्तुद दुर्घटना जोथरे कि 3 जण प्राण हरैछन्ते एवं जणे गुरुतर आहत होइकि ताकू भुवनेश्वर रेफर करा जाइछि. घटनास्थल रे हमर पुलिस पहुंचिछि. सब व्यवस्थित करा होउछि. बाणीगोछा थाना रे से संक्रांत रे मकदमा नंबर 28/15 रुजु होइछि. तदंत चालू रहिछि. प्राथमिक अनुसंधान जना पड़ी मृतक माने तिगिरिया अंचल सुलेमान खान और सुकुरु जानी बोली आपातत खबर आसी. घटनास्थल आमर पुलिस अच्छा पंचनामा चली.
Security forces seized huge quantity of explosive materials during combing operation at Baler forest near Lamatput area in Koraput district. Acting on a tip-off, a team of 135 Battalion BSF Jawans started coming in the forest and seized 2 country-made guns, 10 electric detonators and 6 guillotines. Meanwhile, the CRPF and DVF Jawans recovered 2 tiffin bombs from a forest at Mohana in Gajapati districts during the combing operations. Later, the bomb disposal squad defused them. Special Investigation Team Vice Chairman and former Supreme Court Judge Justice Arijit Pasayat on Thursday said the SIT has made some progress in its investigation into the black money in Odisha. In an exclusive interview to OTV in New Delhi, Pasayat said, investigation into the black money trail is not a small thing. It's not that the black money lies in a particular state. In fact, the black money of the Indians is stacked in about 120 countries in the world. Keeping this in view, it is a big challenge for the SIT. He said on the basis of the information received by the SIT, the Income Tax Department has begun its assessment and the Enforcement Director has started its investigation and registered cases at some places. To a question on whether the black money of India is with the Swiss bank, Justice Pasayat said for him the Swiss bank is like a grandmother story. The fact remains that the black money of India has now spread to 120 countries. Earlier, it was very difficult to know the identity of the customers as the Swiss bank, as per its rules, was very secretive about it. However, the bank in the last 10 years has made some exposure about its customers and of late has started sharing information which has become really helpful. Due to sharing of information, a majority of customers took away their black money from the bank and deposited in other banks in other countries, he said. Referring to the SIT probe into the black money in Odisha, Justice Pasayat stated, the SIT has made some fruitful progress. I hope that there will be more progress in future.
First step haba katha je we must share information. Different countries, if they start sharing information, which fortunately eta asiba arambha hichi, tahale bahut kichi digare ame age paribu.
Employees of 108 ambulance went on cease work for indefinite period in 14 districts of the state on Thursday, demanding a hike in their salary. The drivers, helpers and technicians joined the stir, throwing the emergency health services out of gear. They put forth a 12-point charter of demands. Apart from demanding a hike in salary, the workers also demanded security as they had been subjected to physical assault during their duty earlier. They also demanded timely payment of their salary. The company has not fulfilled the promises it had made earlier over increment. We are working even more than 8 hours with less amount of salary. We have decided to continue the stir if our demands are not fulfilled, an employee said. Meanwhile, the government is trying to restore normalcy in the emergency service. Informing the media, NHM Director Rupa Mishra said many among the striking workers in the 205 ambulances have withdrawn their cease work and discussion is on with others. She also said the district collectors have been asked to make alternative arrangements for the patients' service. Replying to a question on demands for hike in their salary, Mishra said the state government has nothing to do as they have been employed through the agency. Our prime concern is how the service would not be affected, she added.
कलेक्टर माने निजे सिचुएशन को मॉनिटर करूचंती कारण अन्य गाड़ी आम पाखे अल्टरनेटिव व्हीकल्स अछि.
Citizens of Bhubaneswar can now go fishing online after government-owned Chilka Fresh outlet launched online buying services through its website chilkafresh.in, wherein seafood can be bought at a click of the mouse. The online service was launched by Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik on Thursday at a workshop organized by the Fisheries and Animal Resources Department at Joydev Bhavan in Bhubaneswar. The online buying system promises to deliver seafood at the doorsteps within an hour of placing an order. According to sources, additionally 26 Chilka Fresh outlets will be opened for the purpose. Moreover, the government is planning to open 150 stalls across the state. Notably, the state government is planning to double the amount of fish production in state by the year 2020 in order to provide sustainable livelihood to the fish farmers. Before wrapping up, the headlines once again. 11 students, including 9 girls, injured in gas balloon explosion near Airport Square in Bhubaneswar. Doctors say condition of the injured stable. Chief Minister Navin Patnaik turns 70. Ministers, MLAs, BJD functionaries and public make beeline at Navin Niwas to wish him. Concerned over steep hike in pulses price, Odisha government urges centre to make arrangement for supply of additional pulses through MMTC. Odisha government includes another 4 districts in the drought hit areas. Minister says 123 blocks of 16 districts have been affected by the calamity. And employees of 108 ambulance go on cease work for indefinite period in 14 districts, demanding pay hike. That's all for today. Thank you for watching.